And now,
let's get back to your weekly music and entertainment fix.
Backstage with Sinéad and Mhórdha.
With all the best music, interviews, and live sessions.
On Radio Nova.
So I've got the new one from Brooklyn-based trio Augustines for you this week, and no better man to give you the lowdown on the new single Are We Alive than frontman of Augustines, Billy McCarthy. Welcome to Dublin, Billy.
Thank you.
How are you, Billy?
Very happy.
Very happy. You finished your tour. Congratulations.
Yes, yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, I bet you are. I was there to witness the end of your first solo European tour in the Grand Social a week ago. But before we get into that and talk all things Neil Young, I'd like to ask you about the brand new Augustine single, Are We Alive? First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
So can you give us a bit of an insight into what Are We Alive is all about and the song process?
Well, I actually came to Dublin and did a bit of writing here. So usually kind of like, you know, when an album ends and touring ends, you kind of go back to your, you know, to your home and your home life. And I knew I needed to do some writing. I actually came to Ireland, and I also went to a place called Devon in England. And Are We Alive is just sort of a battle cry. It's just like, Are We Alive? It's just, come on. Like, let's get up, pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. We can do it. Or are we alive, or are we just kidding ourselves? Like, come on, let's go. Okay. So, yeah, it's kind of it's a snappy little tune, a little rock tune.
Okay, yeah. Well, let's get it on the radio. From Augustines, this is the brand new single, Are We Alive? On Radio Nova. You're backstage with me, Sinéad Mhórdha, on Radio Nova. That was the new track from Augustine's Are We Alive, taken from the forthcoming third album due out this summer, and this single is out on the 1st of April. And I am joined by Billy McCarthy of Augustines. So Billy, you've just wrapped up your solo tour. As I mentioned earlier, I was there to experience the final night in Dublin's Grand Social. So how has the whole tour been for you?
It's really crazy because I kind of came up with this idea, and I mean, it actually happened, This is sort of not long ago, maybe like 6 weeks ago, just in my living room, just pounding it out, trying to put together all these kind of concepts into one show. So I'm tickled that it worked.
Yeah, it's a lovely touch to kind of show so much more of yourself. And you're not just bearing your soul, but bearing your whole life history and everything with people. So do you think you'll do something like this again? I
would love to. I'm already my gears are already turning, and I'm thinking, wow, I really appreciate, because largely what I wanted to do is bring back like the stories and oral tradition of music. And I think that with the internet, everything's so accessible. And then before that, television and film, like back in vaudeville and Ireland also, like there's always stories. And that's kind of like when Bowie passed away, like everyone had a story. Oh, I waited for tickets to see him. He came to Madison Square Garden. Or I even have my own David Bowie stories.
What's your David Bowie story?
My David Bowie story is that I was I was driving a lorry, and Eric and I were working for a fine arts company, and we installed fine art in houses. And one day I got paperwork, and it just said Bowie. And I looked at it, I was thinking, wow, we're delivering art, and that is in Manhattan around Union Square. I wonder if this is David Bowie's house. And I parked the truck, and we went up there, and we went to the lift, and literally it had one button. It just said Bowie. I'm like, really? Is this a joke? And I went up the lift to deliver the art and install it. And I realized this is David Bowie's house. Like the lift, the door opened, and I was in his kitchen, and Iman came out of the bathroom.
Get out
And I was
here.
like, wow, hi, Iman. And I mean, their house was so beautiful. And what was really cool about it is that they clearly had figured out that it was best if they both had their own living rooms. So Iman had this sort of like Afrocentric, beautiful kind of Tahitian wood, dark wood. And David actually, on his side, had a children's drum set. And it was very interesting spending the day at their house. And Iman was lovely. But what was cool is that David's pictures of him, I think it was his daughter, it was just like pictures of him in normal, it was like this family pictures, it was like, you're so used to seeing someone in
the stage persona and everything.
Yes, and it was just like David, like the dad, and we're kind of walking around their house, and it was just, she couldn't have been cooler, and she was just cleaning her kitchen, and we were hanging out all day. It was great.
That is insane. You never got to meet David then, no?
No, but I did.
Out.
Yeah, it was just...
But you got to hang at his house and chat to his missus?
Yeah, it's not like I was there for like 10 minutes. I was there for probably like 6 hours.
Oh, wow.
Just like sitting in David's house. Boop, boop, boop.
As you do. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
And moving on to another artist, Neil Young. Has he ever kind of appealed to you in terms of an artist?
Yeah. Neil is interesting in American terms. I know he's Canadian, but he was really kind of instrumental. There was the grunge boom with like Nirvana and Soundgarden and Pearl Jam, and that was like Generation X stuff, of which I am a Gen Xer. But Neil Young kind of came after Kurt Cobain died. He sort of came into Pearl Jam's life, and they started doing this bridge school benefit, of which I was at one of them. And he kind of became like a patron, kind of saint of like, an advice giver to these young, because the 90s were a little funny, and he was sort of like, get away from the drugs, guys, if you want to. And he was, and I remember there's just like a lot of press, and he was sort of like a connection, because sometimes, admittedly, like, when you're a teenager and stuff, like some of the 60s stuff is just way out there, the 70s stuff. And, Elton John maybe wasn't for me, but Neil Young was always playing in the house. And she used to work in a diner, that stuff. Never saw one. And I also I like to play a bit of harmonica. And so Neil's kind of like, he's the guy I've heard amazing stories that he has like property in Northern California, and he just lets his crew live on it. They pull up trailers and stuff. Yeah, he's really like kind of fostered a lot of these road people, that have been working since the 70s, and he lets them live on his property. It's
Sounds
cool.
like an amazing person. You don't really hear those stories too often, because I know that Joe Strummer was amazing and in terms of helping people along.
Yeah.
Because apparently back in the 70s and 80s, it'd be really hard to get support slots. You'd never be paying to get support slots, but Joe Strummer used to always help out, and he gave a helping hand to the Specials. I was chatting to what's his name? He's an amazing name, keyboard player, glasses on a hat. I can't think of his name now, but he was so cute. I was interviewing him backstage at Oxygen, and he just kind of donned his hat and went, Joe Strummer, we wouldn't be where we are without him. He helped so much. Amazing guy.
Somebody I read somewhere recently, like
Lin-Val Golding. There we go.
Lin-Val Golding.
Yeah.
Greatness is not about achieving something and keeping it to yourself, for yourself. Greatness is about spreading it around for little people that are trying to be great and giving them hope that they can be great.
Yeah, that's a nice little philosophy to live by.
Yeah. And by the way, Neil Young, I just started reading his book.
Oh, did you?
Very cool.
Oh, cool.
Very, very cool.
Right, I'll be chatting to you again. Maybe tell us more, Neil Young. Well, Billy McCarthy, thanks so much for popping in, and best of luck. You're going on tour with Mr. Noel Gallagher next month?
Yeah, that's right. Well, I don't know what to expect. I will say respectfully, I've heard he's a personality. And I hope he takes
but
it
he
easy on me.
likes your music, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a huge start.
Yeah, a little intimidating though. He's a very funny character and very humorous.
Have you met him yet or spoken with him? No.
I played Coachella with him, and I didn't, to be totally fair, like I didn't realize how great his show was. Like everyone was really going for it, and he has so many hits. It's crazy.
He's got amazing songs. The High Flying Bird stuff is so good.
Yeah,
we play them a lot on Nova.
Yeah, a lot of that's just class for me. I'm just sitting in class trying to learn.
Yeah, cool. Well, Billy McCarthy of Augustines, thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Backstage
on Radio Nova.
Live Room.
Hello, we're Buffalo Sun, and this is a Neil Young tune called Harvest Moon, which we picked it because who doesn't like a Neil Young tune at the end of the day? Anyway, here we go.
Children sleeping, we're gonna dream this night away. But there's a full moon rising, let's go out and feel the go out and feel the night. Because I'm still in love with you, I wanna see you dance again. Because I'm still in love with you on this harvest moon. From still in love with you. On this harvest moon, on this harvest moon, on this harvest moon.
Backstage on Radio Nova.
Neil Young, Cinnamon Girl on Radio Nova. Neil Young and Promise of the Real play Dublin's 3 Arena on the 8th of June with special guest Laura Marling. As well as that, he's going to be playing for the first time ever in Belfast on the night before, on the 7th of June. And talking about the tour, Neil Young has said the following: "We played songs we had never played before every night. That has never happened to me. The new songs and the hits, and 3-hour performances night after night. The crew loved it, the band and people too. Playing with these guys was a gift. Such positivity, pure energy and no fear. I loved rocking with Promise of the Real. I love this band. Let's keep it going." Words from Neil Young. This tour is going to be something special. Now it's time for this.
Backstage.
Entertainment update.
And now to help you out with your gig picks for the coming week is Conor McCaffrey of The Star. Hello.
Hello, how's Sinéad? How's it going?
I'm good. You're just a very happy boy. The fact that I've just announced that Slayer are coming to Dublin.
Yes, I just didn't know, and I was talking about going to see them in Cork, and I just can go up the road and see them in
There you go. In the Olympia,
the Olympia. Amazing.
With
Anthrax as well. Amazing.
Happy boy. And you're there in your Bruce Springsteen t-shirt. Would you look at you?
That's actually only a few days. That's only a couple of weeks after the Bruce gig.
Oh, that's going to be some month. June's going to be rocking.
Crack the pennies for that one.
Yeah, speaking of rocking, Tuesday night, the Button Factory.
Yeah, more classic old school thrash here we're talking about. We've got Exodus playing the Button Factory on Tuesday. Kind of proper old school thrash, none of this Metallica nonsense that seemed to rack everyone's head the last 20 years or so.
Not a fan.
No, I am, but most diehards just don't like the newer stuff.
I hear you.
And if you listen to their most recent album, Blood In, Blood Out, it could just fit anywhere in their catalogue over the last 30 years. Full on lightning riffs, massive guitar solos, real full on air guitar special.
Nice.
So that should be
Tuesday
classic.
night. Tuesday night seems to be a good gig for gigs, or a good night for gigs even.
Yeah.
After a Fat White Family.
Yeah, you're rubbing it in. I missed that one.
God, it was so good. Gig of the year. Gig of the year. I know it's only February, but I think that will remain gig of the year. But another great one that's going to be happening next Thursday, which I'm going to be at, is the Choice Music Prize event.
Yes, it's the 11th edition of the Choice Music Prize, where judges get to pick the best album of the year. Now we've got some of the nominees playing as well, which includes Gavin James, Ham Sandwich, The Galaxy, Soak and Villagers, but unfortunately not Girl Band. And
Shame they're not playing.
if it was up to me, I'd give them the award right now, to be honest. That's the album of the year for me.
I am judging this year, you know.
So maybe I'll give you a bit of a bribe
I have to
here.
remain impartial, but I'm a fan of those bands.
Well, yeah, no, Girl Band for me are the best one. Also, you get
that album is amazing.
Also, there will be performances from Song of the Year nominees. So you got The Academic, All Twins, Dahi, Fight Like Apes, Otherkin and Pleasure Beach. So a bit of a jam-packed evening anyway, no matter who wins.
Yeah, it's kind of like the best gig, really, isn't it? And on the Irish music calendar anyway. I mean, obviously you got like festivals that let you pick in other voices, but in terms of a gig in a small venue like Vicar Street, this is the one to go to.
It's pretty compact over just a couple of hours, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a great way how they all run it. So tickets are on sale now, $25.50. Get them before they go. Okay, this is going to be something really special on Thursday night.
Yeah, also on Thursday in the Academy, we've got a proper legend hitting Dublin for his 80th birthday. Unbelievable. Yeah, Lee Scratch Perry, he's definitely one of the great dub and reggae innovators, as well as being one of the most bonkers man in music. We had an interview with him in The Star. Which interview in inverted commas. He just didn't really say much apart from he said his head was full of fishes and just other mad stuff.
Okay, well, Conor McCaffrey of The Star, thank you so much.
Okay, have a good weekend.
You too.
Next Saturday on Backstage.
I'll be talking to Brian Fallon of the Gaslight Anthem on his new forthcoming solo debut record, plus more great music, news and gig tips. I'll be back in Nova with Nova Nights on Monday at 7. Peter Devlin is on the way next with the Saturday soundtrack on this evening's show. He's got some great music from the likes of Stone Temple Pilots, Alabama Shakes and Richard Ashcroft. It's time now for the Radio Nova News Update at 7. Have a great weekend.